let's apply the knowledge we know about the structures of skin to this model. First, let's identify our three main parts of skin: the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis. The epidermis is going to go from stratum corneum to stratum basale. Here will be your epidermis. The dermis will go all the way from the papillary layer through the reticulate layer all the way down until we start seeing the presence of fat. This would be our dermis. And then our hypodermis will just be down here at the bottom. Let's see if I can move this over for you. Down here at the bottom where we see the fat, because that is going to be characteristic of the hypodermis. So we have our epidermis, our dermis, and our hypodermis. Let's see if we can identify the different layers of the epidermis. So let me go here and make this a little bit smaller. Right here up at the top, the most superficial we see is stratum corneum. So here's a little C for stratum corneum. Right here, I don't know if you can see it, there's this little bitty white looking part. That's stratum lucidum. This is stratum spinosum. Stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum. And then this very last dark blue layer that is a single squiggly lined layer down here will be stratum basale. And that would be our 5 layers of the epidermis. Now we can look at the layers of the dermis. We know that the dermis has 2 layers: the papillary layer, which makes that squiggly line with the basale layer of the epidermis. So that would be here. And then everything down here will be our reticular layer, where we have our collagen and elastin fibers. You can kind of see them illustrated in the model as these kind of lines like this. Now let's find our hair follicle. Well, the hair follicle is pretty easy to see. On this side, they have it closed up. On this side, they have it cut open for you. So you're looking at the same thing in the hair follicle here. Now, the hair follicle on the inside would have the hair shaft. So this is our shaft of our hair coming out the surface of our skin. Now, do we remember the glands that are always associated with hair follicles? Those are called sebaceous glands. Inside of that gland, we're going to find oil for sebaceous. Then we have our sweat glands. So you notice we have 2 types of sweat glands on this model. One sweat gland is going to the hair follicle, one is coming straight up to the surface of the skin. 2 types of sweat glands, but both secreting sweat. Next and lastly, we're going to look at those corpuscles. So remember that the corpuscles are going to be always associated with your nervous system and how you get sensations. So this is our Pacinian corpuscle right here. This is another Pacinian corpuscle that's just cut open. And then up here we can see these tiny corpuscles with a little line of a nerve coming down. These are our Meissner's corpuscles. We have multiple ones on this model. And the last thing we have is the erector pili muscle. So remember, the muscle always looks like a muscle, and it is kind of got these long striations because it's considered smooth muscle, and it is attached always to the hair follicle. When it contracts, you get goosebumps. So that is how we apply the structures that we know of the skin to a model.